Getting your pelvis rotating and getting it much more under control with exactly what it should be doing during the backswing and as you're coming into impact to hit that golf ball is what we're looking at today. So let's go and get you improved with some more game-changing golf tips. Hi everyone, and thanks once again for tuning in to Smash Factor Golf Coaching. My name's Natalie Adams. Today we're going to have a look at the role of your pelvis in your golf swing and exactly what it should be doing, how to turn your pelvis really well, and how to pivot well during your golf swing, both backswing and on your downswing. So I've just set up 3 different colour poles here just to illustrate what my pelvis is doing during the swing. But I'll also put on some 3D motion for you so that you can have a look in more detail exactly what is going on with your pelvis. So if you go to set up to the golf ball, we're going to take that the centre of your pelvis is where the zip is on your trousers. So I'm going to set up here, I've got the ball just left of the white pole, and the white pole I'm going to set in the middle of my feet. Now if I'm hitting an iron, I want to set up with the centre of my pelvis, so my zip just slightly to the left of that white pole, okay? Only a centimetre or so, just to the left. That just puts a touch more pressure into my left foot and will encourage me to make a slightly steeper swing and to hit down on the ball. Now, what we want to work on with the pelvis is during the backswing, we want this pelvis to rotate round, and we don't want it to get a sway action in it. Now, at impact, ideally, we want to see that the pelvis has rotated towards the target, but also the centre of the pelvis has shifted more towards the target. So ideally at impact, we're looking to achieve this sort of position here, which is why I've just placed the yellow pole onto the floor, because that would be where I'd want the zip on my trousers more over the yellow pole, so I'm pressuring more into my left foot as I'm rotating my pelvis around, and the centre of my pelvis more over that yellow pole. So when I swing back, it's really important, because my pelvis has to move to the left, probably about 4 inches from where it starts to impact position. As I swing back, it's really important that my pelvis rotates and pretty much rotates on the spot. If I notice that when I'm swinging back and my pelvis, so the zip on my trousers, has moved more to the inside of my right foot here, I've now got a much greater distance to try to cover to get the centre of my pelvis into position at impact, and I only have a set amount of time from when the club changes direction to when it hits the ball. So if I'm increasing the distance away from that yellow pole by swaying my pelvis over to the right, I'm making it really difficult to get back into position, and this can result in a lot of heavy shots where you're hitting the ground before the ball, or you're skimming the ground and then you're on the upswing as you hit because you haven't got your pelvis over to the left enough. So what we want to work on here is rotating the pelvis round, but pivoting much more on the spot, not letting the pelvis sway to the right. So as I swing back here, I'm going to keep my zip of my trousers over the white pole as I make my backswing. So I'll turn my hips, but my zip will stay over that pole as I do that, and then I'm going to work on pushing towards the left with that pelvis as I'm rotating it round to get into this kind of position for impact. If you work on doing that, that'll really help you with your ball striking. You'll get a lot more power with it as well. I'll put a couple of links into the video for drills that you could do to help you with that. But basically learn to pivot on the spot with that turn in the pelvis, and then you can get the pressure shifting towards the target, the centre of the pelvis moving towards the target as it rotates round through impact, and it will really help you generate a lot more power as well. It's a game-changing golf tip.